Hi, my name is Zhuofan, and I will talk about the introduction part of our presentation. So you can see on the slide, there are 4 reasons why my group chose The Little Prince as our topic for the presentation. The first reason is that almost everyone in my group have watched the movie. It will be a lot more easier for us to write something or analyze something about this movie in our essay. And second, we feel that the language or the vocabularies, probably also grammars used in this movie, are very basic one, which means they are very easy for non-English speakers to understand, also for those beginners in learning English. Third reason, as I have watched the movie, I have found a lot of idioms and slangs in the movie. There are a lot of, so we can actually learn the authentic English by watching this movie because there are some expressions that are very close to the day-to-day conversation between native speakers. And although there are a lot of interesting ideas behind this movie, first of all, it highlights the significance of exploring unknown things. For example, in the movie The Little Prince, he stepped on a lot of planets, and each planet has a lot of strange or probably a unique person on these planets. And he just undergo like a conversation with them, and he explores the things that he couldn't found them on his original planet. The second idea is the depth and purity of friendship. So, because in the movie we know that the old pilot he talks about the story about the Little Prince, and I feel that most of the stories the old pilot talked have really accentuated this point of view, which means that the friendship is very cherishable. And the third idea is about the emotional pursuit is greater than material pursuit. What's more, I feel that it is a good way to watch movies to improve my English. First of all, I feel that it's much fun reciting vocabularies from books. Second, I feel that watching movie can improve our listening ability in English because there are a lot of conversation going on in the movie, like the conversation between the old pilot and the little girl, or probably the little girl with the adult prince. There are a lot of conversations. So I think while they are talking, we can really learn the tone or the vocabularies they use in their conversations. And in other way, it implicitly improve our listening ability because we have to listen and watch the movie, right? And the third reason is the being inclusive to culture from background. How do I explain it? Is that I feel that because everybody watch movies in the cinema, right? We always go to cinema to watch movies. But me personally, I think that most people will only watch the movies from their own countries. Like the Chinese people, they really like to watch movies that are played in Chinese, or yeah, because they think that the culture to them is very much more easier to understand than those probably foreign ones like English ones or French ones. So I think if we watch movies like from the other countries, we really can learn their cultures. Because for example, if you watch a movie from French, then you can see that most of the French people are very elegant. They always dress themselves before they going out, even just for dinner or for a meal. Yeah, so. Also, just like what I say, if we just watch movies from all kinds of countries, we can be inclusive to their cultures.
For the next moral values for which is follow dreams, the narrator shows the little girl to show how it is like to not be focusing on one thing, to have a great future, but also able to follow the dreams on herself. In the movie, the little prince tells his tales of searching and adventuring new life along his journey throughout the planets. He follows his ambitions and travel and meeting different kinds of people along the way. The little prince's journey to various planets and encounters with different characters symbolize the pursuit of dreams and the discovery of one's true purpose. Through his adventure, he learns about the importance of imagination, creativity, and following one's heart. In the moral value of following your dreams also, tells through the aviator, which is a central character in the story, represents the importance of holding on to one's dreams, despite the pressure of adulthood and societal expectations. Despite facing ridicule and disbelief from others, he continues to pursue his passion for aviation and storytelling, embodying the idea that dreams are worth pursuing no matter the obstacles.
So a very good morning to everyone. So today I will be talking about the moral values of friendship and the characters of Little Prince and Fox. So unlike at most friendship, the one between the fox and the little prince is extremely unique. The young prince questioned what does that mean when the fox begged him to tame him. In response, the fox said, only one understands the thing that one thinks, which means that they will meet one another, will eventually come together. The little prince is aware of his expanded comprehension of friendship and what it means to be a friend. However, to the little prince, he is just another fox. He is just like any other fox. Once they have subdued, they establish the friendship. The fox imparts lifelong friendship lessons to the little prince, teaching him the value of true friendship. The little prince's deep love for his rose is explained by his insightful remarks. She has become significant to him because of the time he has spent taming and nurturing her. Her demanding words puzzled him, and he did not know what his love meant, yet he abandoned her and his world. Time and recollection gives him significance. The fox revealed that even when the little prince departs, he will find solace in a midfield they at first encounter, since it will remind him that the boy's golden hair. Through their bond, the little prince learned that reality of the relationship, what is essential is invisible to the eye, one can be rightly only in the heart. For the fox revealed his secrets, only the heart can experience life's most meaningful things. Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm Puuja here. So today I'm going to present the moral value, power, and the essence of love from a movie named The Little Prince. Basically, this story encourages people to reflect on how they use power. Example, the king, the selfish man, and the other characters in The Little Prince indicate various aspects of power. The story says that practicing a person's interest should be done carefully with a respect for others. In the movie, The Little Prince also discovers that true power is often gained through understanding and connection rather than control. True power is built on the ability to communicate effectively with others and show empathy. Even his royal title, the little prince remained modest and open-minded. We can also see that the characters with titles but no humility-related wisdom stand in a sharp contrast to this humility. Every reader of the story is aware of the little prince's love for his rose. Even though it was obvious that it could harm him, he showed it all the love in the world and took care of it in a way that no one else could do. This also teaches us that not everything in a relationship will be perfect, and we may also need to question whether the person deserves our love. In the movie, the little prince's desire to sacrifice his life to save his rose is a powerful example of selfless love. It conveys that the idea that true love often involves making trades and putting the welfare of others before themselves. The story indicates that love is more than just outward expression. And finally, the little prince learned to appreciate his rose for all her unique characteristics and realize her true beauty. So that's all from me. Thank you.
And for the fifth moral value, which is value simplicity, the movie tells a significant play of how simplicity should be played. The simplicity is shown through a few of the aspects of the movie, as it is shown through the movie that life shouldn't be gone through the hard process all the time, and need to find the right way and proper, as that has been possible as our way in facing challenges. In the Little Prince lifestyle, he himself embodies simplicity in his way of life. He cherishes small joys and finds wonder in the simple things around him, such as the beauty of sunset or the laughter of a child. His rejection of materialism and emphasis on genuine connections with others highlight the value of simplicity. And through the aviator's rediscovery, the aviator, initially caught up in the complexities of adulthood, rediscovers the importance of simplicity through his encounters with the Little Prince. He learns to appreciate the innocence and purity of the Little Prince's perspective, realizing that true happiness often lies in simplicity rather than in the pursuit of wealth or status. And with the contrast with adult characters, in contrast to the simplicity embodied by the Little Prince and the aviator, many of the adult characters in the story are portrayed as consumed by greed, ambition, and superficial desires. Their pursuit of wealth and power ultimately leaves them feeling empty and unfulfilled, highlighting the emptiness of a life devoid of simplicity and genuine connections. Overall, The Little Prince, the movie The Little Prince, underscores the importance of following your dreams, embracing imagination, and staying true to oneself amidst the pressure of adulthood. It encourages viewers to nurture their passions, pursue their aspirations with determination, and never lose sight of what wonder and magic inherent in chasing dreams. The Little Prince also effectively communicates the moral value that all actions have consequences by weaving it into the narrative through character interactions, life lessons, and thought-provoking scenarios. For the fourth moral value, which is all actions have consequences, in the movie, it is shown that the little girl was enrolled at the prestigious Worth Academy. The girl, however, distracted by her elderly aviator neighbor. Then her mother found out the little girl has not been following the plan. Her mother redoubles the girl's assignments. For the fourth.
Now let's move on to the main character's part. First, the girl. We believe that the girl is kind of like a person who is smart, courageous, and helpful. She is childlike and creative. But what's more, we also feel that she is also a courageous and smart person, because when she embarks on the journey to find the little prince, I feel that it's not something that we normal people can really dare to face, because we have to go to an unknown place and explore the place to find somebody that you have never met before. So we can see that she is really courageous at that moment. Okay, next one, the old pilot. The old pilot, I feel that he is a childlike adult. We can see from the fact that his first meet with the girl, he surprised her with a full of a parachute. It's not like something adults will do actually. So I think he's kind of like had a very childlike in mind. So and he's also, I think, from this anecdote, we can see that he is also a person with a flexible mind. Next one is a mother. The mother, I think most of the audiences will think he's really strict with her daughter. But what I see from these things is that I can feel the deep, warm heart and her love towards her child, the girl. Because only those people who really love you, they can really talk to you directly what your disadvantages are, what your drawbacks are, what you need to improve. So it's kind of like a way of showing the love. It's just because the way the mother shows her love to her daughter is so strict that we, the audiences, may feel that she's a bad mother, but she's actually not. Then next one, the Little Prince. The Little Prince, just like the title of the movie, he can be seen as a main character here. We feel that he's very adventurous and friendly. He's adventurous because he has gone to so many places for exploring unknown things, to so many planets. And he's very friendly because whenever the other characters like the fox, the rose, snake, king, etc., they say in a very strange way, he just listens to what they say and doesn't give his personal opinions. So I think he's very friendly and he's very inclusive by the way. And also he's very adventurous, not only because the explorations of planets, but the way how he saves the girl at nearly the end of the movie. That he is there to speak out of his own will, that he will quit the job and find the life that he wants to have. Okay, the next one, the Rose. Rose is actually, I feel that she's very arrogant at the beginning, but what part in the end? She's arrogant in the beginning, as the beginning is because that just like the Little Prince mentioned, she doesn't really care about what others feels about her. But at the approaching the end of the movie, there is a sunshine, kind of a sunshine, brings by the Rose that shines and gives warmth to the Little Prince and the girl. So we probably can feel that she has changed some of the bad habits that others dislike, and she just gives her warm heart to the others to see that she has been very consistent in changing into a much better personalities that more and more people would like to be received and to like her more. Yeah. And the next one is the fox. The fox, I think the key word is tame, because actually tame. When we hear about the word tame, we really think that it's kind of like a word to describing pet and their masters and their owners. Yeah. But in the movie, the fox, there's one sentence that I remembered the most is that when fox says, "Only when we become good friends, then you can tame me." So maintain is not really a word that describes the relationship between the master and the servant, the owner and the pet. It's actually a kind of like a friendship. The next character is the snake. I feel that he's mysterious because there are two things that he presents in the movie. The first thing is that is his first encounter with the little prince, when the little prince lost his way in the desert, and he comes and just wishes him the good luck and says, if you want me to bring you to any place in the world, he can bring the little prince anywhere if he wishes. And in the second scene where the snake presents, he does the way he had promised before, because when the little prince wants to go to planets, different planets, because he doesn't want to stay on his original planet B612. So the snake just presents instantaneously and brings the little prince to the place where he wants. So we can see actually in the movie the snake has not break his promise. He just brings the promise into his heart. And next one, the king. Oh, the king. I think that he's really an authoritative character, because in the movie he says that he can really control when one planet rises, when planet falls, where they should be, where locations they should be in there. And when the little prince asks the king to could you control the time that the sun and the stars rise and fall, the king says, yes, I do.
We can see that Archie is a profit-oriented person and he's also materialistic. We can see his personality by his action of selling the stars. For many of us in general, stars or planets are very beautiful and vain things. However, in the movie, the merchant thinks about selling stars for profit. This not only shows his greed, but also shows that he has no eyes to find beauty in the world.
Next, settings. The settings of the movie can be divided into real world and fantasy. For real world, as the first scene in the movie, it is the interview at the World's Academy. The mother teaches her daughter how to respond correctly in the interview in order to be admitted. Her mother is always busy with her work and hardly ever cares about her daughter's growth. What her mother wants her daughter to do is that her daughter can be admitted to that prestigious school. However, during interview, the interviewer asks the girl about what she wants to be in the future, because the girl only recites the answers. So for this question, she has never recited before, so she can't be able to respond. So from the setting, we can see that the girl actually doesn't have anything about self-thinking. Therefore, the building of the house, I think it made audience to see the agenda that the girl has in order to be succeed in her re-ambition to her dream school. This kind of setting is reminiscent of real social situation in today's society, I think, because nowadays a lot of children has to stick onto their school work or homework, and they cannot enjoy an innocent childhood. Because, in my opinion, I feel that many parents really do not care about whether their children go up happily or not. They only expect their children can be talented in the future and can earn a lot of money. Next is about the fantasy setting. The fantasy setting, I think it is the present of the old pilot at first. Well, one day while the girl was to take a walk in the yard, she finds that an old man with helicopter breaks into her house in the morning. Then in the evening, while she is running mad, she gets a paper airplane comes from outside with a story of a little prince on it. So that is part of the fantasy setting, I think. I think this kind of setting transmits a signal that reflects the indifference of human beings nowadays. Because I think the settings can be transformed into a form of fantasy one and connects to the title of the movie. The girl picks up the sheet back from her trash bin and starts reading the story of the old pilot. And then it's about the home of the old pilot, and it plays a very crucial role in showing the past of time, because into the rooftop of the building where the prince works and the yard of the old pilot's house. And towards the end of the movie, I think the consequence where the girl knocks on each room in the hospital shows her eagerness to reunite and re-meet with the old pilot. And here is the conclusion. First is about the recommendations that can be made based on the movie. And there are 3 recommendations I have given them. First one is to cooperate with other educational institutions to expand their influence. The second one is to cooperate with merchants to sell merchandises like some pencils or that kind of thing. I think by doing so, they also can sell like keychains and erasers. The third recommendation I will be given is to upload clips or behind the scene videos to platforms like YouTube. Last but not least, there are several steps that can be taken to improve English language in the future. The first step is that the creators of some websites can open up digital platforms for distant English learners. For example, on these websites, the producers can design some fun games to allow English learners to improve their English by playing games. And at the same time, they can also upload some tips about learning English to share with those who are interested. Second step is about the bilingual policies in non-English speaking countries. The third step is to implement English versions for popular games, books, or movies. For example, measurements can be taken into translating more famous books into English, or if there are some non-English movies, some people probably can add some English titles, so that people, while they are watching movies, they can also learn some English vocabularies or sentences expression. Thank you.